Hi, welcome to Emily Reviews. My name is Emily, and here on my channel, I talk about movies my daughter and I watch. We show our favorite clips and talk about stuff like whatever it's called. I also do chef reacts and play The Sims on my Inspiron 1520. If any of that interests you, please hit the like and subscribe button and comment and all that fun stuff. So yeah, I'm just re-recording this because I hadn't recorded for a while and I was just like all in my head and then wanted to get to talk about the ridiculousness of the ridiculousness that I was just getting out off my chest, and then I like started doing life, and then I'm like, I don't like this intro, and before I start editing it and all this stuff, I'm just gonna hop back on here and talk about that I didn't like the intro. So you got a new intro. I know I have not been on the videos and doing the YouTube, whatever it's called, for a long time because I'm a loser and we all know this. Actually, I have been trying to, I live in like the world's smallest apartment, and it's a 1-bedroom for my daughter. And then my living room was my living room and bedroom, and then up until recently was my office. So new office area, kind of like gonna take like the hallway. It's like weirdly L-shaped angled, and I'm going to use that as my office studio. Now I'm going to elephant in the room right away. Yes, there is a blanket tacked up against my door here. It's because there is like a 2-inch strap, or well, yeah, a whatever underneath my door, and I have hardwood floors, and it's really, I live in Nova Scotia. It was minus 40 billion degrees 2 days ago. Okay, she gets chilly, and yeah. So that's that. I'm gonna just kind of talk about life and do a quick life update and just talk about things. And then also because I didn't want to just like seem like, not doing anything. I'm gonna like do my hair as I'm like talking to you guys about life and see what's up. And I also thought that it would be funny because I'm gonna do the 10 most pathetic things that my neighbors have done in the last 6 months. I did a rant video not too long ago and explaining all of that, and I will link that in the description box. I just think it would be really funny to make fun of these people who act like children. Well, they haven't really act like children recently. They've seemed to have calmed down because, well, Mama's back. Mama's done being with depression, and she takes no shit anymore. So any kind of bullshit or whatever happens, I'm right there, and I don't give a flying fuck anymore. Excuse my language. And I don't care. Like, I don't care. I pay my rent, I follow the rules, and just because people don't like things done, like laundry at 5 o'clock in the evening, then, you know what? Not my problem. So I just thought it would be super funny if I went through the top 10 most pathetic things that these between 50 and 70-year-old do. Okay, so the first one I'm going to talk about is the thing that happened when I first moved here. I actually really like going down the front steps. I'm not dealing with because every time I would come home, they would come out of their house and they'd complain to me about something or talk to me about nothing. And I'm like, I don't want to talk to people. I just want to get in my house. I've been working for 12 hours. I'm a chef. Leave me the fuck alone. I'm hot. I'm tired. I need to shower. But they wouldn't fuck off. So to avoid that, I started to go in the front door. They didn't like that and started to lock the shared part of the front door, which I hadn't got a key to. And I'm like, this is bullshit. So, well, the first time I thought I might have just locked it by accident, or you never know, right? So I'm just like, all right, whatever. So then it happened again, and then again, and then I'm like, no, this isn't happening anymore. So what I did, and another reason why I like started to come out in my out that door is because the locks that like they changed the locks after each new people move in, right? And then the locks that they had changed it to, that stuck on the door, so I had to fight with the back door. So it's just more incentive for me to use the front door, right? So I lock the screen door so I can't get in. And I'm like, I'm now, before I leave for work, I'm like, okay, now I have no choice. I have to come in this door, and Buddy's gonna have to let me in. And I don't care. He's gonna have to unlock that front door. So I came home, door was unlocked. Oh, and I also, jumping around, I also, one day coming home, had to pee really bad, and pissed myself because I was supposed to come up in this door, and I couldn't because it was locked. So I didn't make it in time to go around the building to come up the back door. And I would have if they weren't assholes. So, like, fuck right off, right? So that day I locked the screen door and I came in. Well, I went home, door's locked. And I'm like, okay, no, you're gonna let me in. You're gonna let me in. Well, the guy, we actually have a nickname for him, and we call him Piss Baby Little Kitten, because that's exactly what he is. He's a coward. He's a piss baby. He lets other people fight his own battles. And so he let the neighbor, who actually is the other one that is just fucking right off her nut tree, fight a battle. And so at the time, the landlord's sister was living next to me. And I go up and I'm like, Arlene, I need to let my door. And she said, she told me already not to use that door, blah, blah, blah. And I said, listen, lady, you can't tell me what door I am allowed to, am or am not allowed to use. And if you feel the right, that you feel the need to tell me what door I'm not allowed to use, then pay my rent. So, that's how that started. And then I told her about the door. I told her how this door locks and it gets stuck. And I have an issue with it, and I don't need to fight with it every friggin' day when I can get in this one, no problem. And she went in, grabbed her keys from her door, and opened my door. No problem. There was no fighting, nothing. And I'm like shocked. And I'm like, what the frick? So I go and I'm like, yeah. So I lock my door, hand her my key, and I say, now use mine. Now try with mine. And she goes, okay, and tries with the door and couldn't open my door. And then she's like, oh yeah, you're right. Your door is broken. You can't use it. And I'm like, no, you think? You think? Like, fuck. So, and I'm like, if someone asks, like, why didn't you just say anything to the landlord? I'm like, well, why would I complain about a door that just sticks when I have a perfectly good working door right here? Like, why? Why would I do that? Like, it's a working door. They're both my doors. Why would I go around my house when I can go in the front door? Like, why would I do that? It's dumb. Oh, right, because people are nosy and they want to see you come and go. That's right. So, it was changed, and I got my lock, and they stopped unlocking my door. But that's my number 10. Number 10 would be locking the door. Number 9 is the stairway. Again, we live in Nova Scotia. It snows, whatever. I do not care. I am not asking people to shovel a fucking spot for me or whatever. But if you're that petty that you're only gonna shovel this little tiny bit of a shared stairway, grow the fuck up. I do not have a shovel. I cannot do that. But you know what I do when I go down the stairs? I swish my feet the whole way on both sides, the entire step, because it's a shared stairway and I am not an asshole. Simple. Just don't be an asshole. Like the amount of energy that these people use to be an asshole, I'm no wonder they look as old as they do. Like, no fucking wonder. Like, God, I would be surprised if they're like 50, but they look closer to 70. Like, that's how much. When you're that petty and you focus that much on pettiness, it ages you so much, because it's all that anger and darkness that you're absorbing into your life. Like, I'm talking about this stuff because I'm going to talk about it, and then I'm going to edit it, and I'm going to put it out there, and then I am never ever going to think about this shit again. I am getting this off of my chest. I am cleansing my life out of these 10 pathetic things that I have had to deal with. And you know what? Maybe in a little while I will come up with 10 more, because like, fuck, I probably have 80 million examples of pettiness in the last 3.5 years of living here. Number 8 is I like to take long showers. I am, again, living in a one-bedroom apartment with a teenager who's almost 16 and 2 cats. Again, my bedroom is also my living room and was once my office. I have no time, no space, no nothing to myself. I saw a study that men spend about 90% longer in the bathroom because they just need some silence, need to get away. That's what I do. I pay for my hot water. I pay for my electricity. I am using my money's worth that I friggin' pay for. And if I want to take a long shower, then I am damn well gonna. But I don't need some petty little fuck continuously flushing the toilet on me after 20 minutes in the shower. And then my hot water, which is crazy, insane hot, nearly I get burnt. So 20 minutes, I count down. There is a friggin' like guaranteed after 20 minutes, the little fucker that lives below me starts flushing the toilet continuously. So then I have no choice. I cannot stand the hotness. Like, what the hell? Number 7 is one day when I was at work, my daughter needed help. I don't know what she needed. I know that she needed help and it was an emergency. And she went over and knocked on the door to my neighbor and banged and banged and banged and asked for help. And the fucking twat didn't come to the door. Because I don't even fucking know why. We know she was home. Shane saw her and heard her move. But when you're crying and asking for help, and a child, a fucking child, is crying and asking for help, then you fucking put your petty bullshit aside. You grow the fuck up and you see what's wrong with that child. I had to leave work early. I know she got a hold of me. I don't remember how. I think it was when she had my phone. And I was like, because she didn't have a phone and I was when first starting to work. And there was like something that happened. And she needed help. And I had to leave work, which takes me 45 minutes to get home to come and help her. Like what the fuck, right? Like we're only on number 7 and these things are off the wall crazy. Like, off the wall crazy. Like, I don't know what the fuck is with people, but they are off the wall fucking crazy. Number 6 is another thing that has to do with the hot water heater. I'm autistic. I have talked openly on my channel about being autistic, and I was stopping my medicine. And I was on Dexatrin. And if anyone isn't familiar with Dexatrin, it's basically a poor man's meth. That was what I was prescribed to help me focus and be more human. I liked being focused and I liked my complete thoughts, but I really didn't like all of the other stuff that came with it, like the quick to anger and jittery, and like I basically was like starting to crave them, and I didn't like it because it was very expensive medication, and sometimes I couldn't always afford it, and then withdrawals, like it really just wasn't, even though it helped me in certain areas, it wasn't beneficial to me overall. Like, I function better off medication. I am better with my moods and everything off medication than I ever was on, just because I was very, very, very efficient with with working and keeping things like on track. It wasn't enough to make it beneficial for me, right? So I was on day 3 of my detox, and oh, I was so sick, and just trying to keep my mind, away from things, and I couldn't handle, which it's gonna be in here and down the line, but like Buddy likes to blare his subs and it shakes my entire house, and I couldn't handle it. So I'm like, can you please turn them down? And then he blares them really loudly and then shuts off with his little fit, right? They wanted to talk to me about it, but I was going through my detox, and there is no way I was gonna sit there and listen to them justify why it's okay for him to blare his subs so fucking loud it shakes my pictures. There is no justification to that, and I may have sat there and listened to it fine if I wasn't on detox. I probably would have said the same thing. This is bullshit. You can't justify that. But nicer. But if I would have went out there, it would have turned bad. Worse than it is now. Their cops would have been called. I would have went to jail because I would have beaten the living piss out of them. Because when I'm going through that, my anger is so quick and millions of times stronger than would it be if I was normal. And there is no way that would have ended nicely. Right? So I ignored them. I'm like, I'm not going out and meeting you. Well, in retaliation, Buddy, who has access to all of the hot water heaters, turned up my hot water heater so much that I actually burnt my hand. And I was furious. Like, I was furious to the point that cops were called. And when I told the story to the cops, they went down and talked to Buddy. Buddy made a lie saying, oh, he doesn't have access to the hot water heater. But then magically, that same night, my hot water heater was turned down. I wonder how that happened. Hot water heater gnomes. That's how that happened. Yeah, hot water heater gnomes. So number 5 is a banging thing, trying to intimidate. Anytime I have any normal household noise, motherfucker is banging continuously. So if I'm doing laundry at 5 o'clock in the evening, which I'm allowed to do, it's bullshit. They bang continuously, banging and banging and banging, and like, because I'm walking around or I'm doing laundry or I'm cleaning my house and I have to move a piece of furniture because, like, grow the fuck up. You live below somebody, and I don't have to stop being loud until 10 o'clock on weekdays and 11:30 on weekends, so fuck right off. Number 4 is recording my autism. I have said many times I'm autistic, and my brain does not think like other people's. So when I'm going through something, I have learned and do better with managing things, but there are still points where, and there has been times where I can't find something or I need something and I can't find it, and I feel like it's about to explode and I'm crying. And the crazy lady beside me, she records that and then sends it to my landlord to try to get me kicked out of my house. I don't know if that person, the crazy lady, got the message, but I'm a protected class. I have autism. You cannot fucking think that you can use that against me. I pay my rent. I follow the bylaw rules. I don't do anything I'm not allowed to do when it comes to apartment living rules. I have lived in apartments my entire time of living on my own. I'll be 36 in July. I moved out at 19. Okay, that's almost 20 years of fucking living on your own, only in apartments. I know the rules, I know the bylaws, and my autism isn't something that can get me evicted no matter how hard you try. Okay? Okay, so these next three are actually pretty fucking crazy. And the one that I'm going to talk about is, I think so. No, the one number 2 is the one that is the thing that's linked in the whole story. Will be linked in the description. It's called like One Hell of a Rant, and it's the whole damn thing. And just be cautious. I do scream in that video and it gets loud because I am fucking pissed. But that's number 2 and we're still on number 3. I know. I'm a loser. Which is blaring subs because I was building IKEA. Or not me, my daughter. So last year I got about $1,400 worth of IKEA furniture for my daughter to build. My desk was one of the things. I had a nice bedside table, a dresser, a bed, and desk for my daughter, and then her bed, and like a $1,400. Oh, and 2 bookshelves. $1,400 worth of IKEA stuff. It all comes, and my daughter starts building it. My daughter started on the first thing. One thing. She didn't even get it finished. She just started banging the back on, like using the hammer to put the back of the nightside table on, and that motherfucker started banging and blaring his subs and freaking the fuck out, which in turn ruined my daughter's fun. She no longer wanted to build any of the IKEA stuff. And then someone who was so excited, who came with me and picked out all of the furniture, everything that she wanted, and was so excited. We got her new tools, she got power tools, she got the whole everything to build this stuff, to build it perfectly. And then because somebody didn't like the fact that she was building something at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, just started to freak right out. It's been almost a year since I bought all that IKEA stuff, and you know that it's still not all built. I still have IKEA boxes in my house that are not put together because my daughter gets anxiety every time she thinks about building it because she doesn't want to have to deal with the fucking man-child. She doesn't want to have to deal with the temper tantrum. Now, how fair is that? What the fuck is their problem, right? Number 2 is coming in my back door to yell at me because I did laundry at 5:30 in the afternoon. Screaming, you better shut off that laundry, and got out the door before I got to it. I saw my door close. And I called the police on that motherfucker. And he is lucky. He is so lucky he got to his house before I got to him. Very lucky. Because no one is allowed in anyone's home without permission. And number 1 is complaining that I say I love you to my daughter. Didn't I save the best for last? Every morning before my daughter goes to school, I say, she's going down the stairs, and I say, I love you, I love you, I love you. Have a wonderful day at school, and I will see you when you get home. Every day since she was 5 years old, that is the sentence I say to her. When everything blew up, that stuff, that motherfucker said to my daughter that he has an issue with me saying that I love her, which she laughed and called him a piece of shit or pathetic or whatever, complaining that I say I love you. Isn't that just wonderful? Now, my voice is gone, but I'm sorry about the echo, but you know what? It kind of makes it really hilarious because my crazy fucking psycho neighbor is listening to everything I say. And I hope she's recording it too, because why not? That'll just make me have more material and more content for my channel. Woo! Yay! All right, so also a little bit of housekeeping stuff. I am working on learning how to edit myself into my videos, like a green screen kind of deal, but without a green screen because I don't have that shit. Just so I can I got a good intro for my Sims thing, and I'm starting to redo them video by video now that I know what I'm doing and working on stuff. So that actually will be really, really good. And you guys will know more about my passion project when I am done my passion project. It just sounded like somebody was in the hallway in the back, and I know that I locked that door. So I was just like, what the fuck? So I'm gonna use this as an area for filming, but I also want to use the whole house. Sometimes I'll record in my living room, sometimes I'll record in my kitchen, even doing dishes. This is me. I do work all the time, and especially with the restaurant and the dine around. So the city does dine around, and it's 10, 20, 40, or 50 dollar meals, and then you kind of get so for the pub we're doing a sandwich and a beer, and I haven't worked a night in a week, so that's before the dine around, so I couldn't even tell you what the nighttime dine around is, but I know it's $50. But it's because I normally work day shift. I know, I'm pathetic, and my voice is gone, and I've been talking for 37 minutes. So, if you guys like this video, click like. If you want to see more of my whatever the heck I do, then hey, hi, subscribe. I've missed you. I promise. I know it's been 20 days since I've uploaded, but I know I have missed you guys. You're beautiful and gorgeous and smell amazing. Don't I smell great? I just got out of the shower. All right. See you guys later. Bye.